So in my previous video, I was explaining that I used to watch my dad um, read schematics. When I must have been maybe 7, 8 years old when I used to watch my dad repair things. Back in those days, we had the radios with the tubes, vacuum tubes, and back in also those days, you could go to Radio Shack. I think it was Radio Shack or one of these shops. I forget the other name of this other shop that was near our home. My dad used to pull out the tubes and just go to Radio Shack and pop those on these machines that you could pop the tubes and see if the tube was good or bad. And then if it was bad, you just walk out, with a new tube, and that was the end of that. Really easy. But in those days also, you had schematics, with the product, and I kind of missed that. I think there are some products that come with schematics. I've seen washing machines that come with some schematics, refrigerators that come with at least with some schematic that gives you an idea of what what to troubleshoot, so you can get it going. Um, but most products, they don't come with schematics, and that's one of the things that I truly missed. Being old school, coming from the days of my dad, because I used to watch my dad repair these things, and uh, and so I kind of carried that on, from my dad's side, as far as the electronics, mechanical stuff. My dad was a whiz, when it came to those things. From my perspective, I mean, I could be embellishing that about my dad, but I'm just I like to be pretty honest, when I talk about these things and share these things with the public. um, and so those skills are acquired, from your parents, like doctors, lawyers, a lot of a lot of people that go into those fields are because their parents were also, in those fields. So it just makes sense. It's also in the genes, in your DNA. So I acquired that from my dad. From my mom, I acquired, some of the other stuff that I do. The sewing, sewing of my airplane wings and all that stuff. I learned from my dad, my mom, and my mom was very precise, and almost like an engineer with precision in crafting some of these things. So I don't like to embellish these things about my character, my family, but it is what it is. I have to say these things because these things come from somewhere. And so um, I did the schematic with a little bit of an effort, but it's not really that hard. And I do have to give kudos to whoever designed this board because they kept it really simple as far as the logic is concerned.